Well, let's stay on the story that Solange was talking about a short while ago with Argentina and what it means having the so-called La Peluca, the wig, the right-wing former celebrity, now President-elect Javier Milei. Let's bring in our press reviewer at Leo McGuinn. Leo, how's this being covered by the Argentinian press?
As you say, Gavin, as we've been hearing all morning, Javier Milei is the new Argentinian president. I'll show you the front page of Clarín this morning, which is the country's biggest newspaper. Massa sweeps historic ballot, winning 55% of the vote. That's what their headline reads. Let's look inside the paper. Let's look at some opinion pieces this morning. This headline: Milei's first task is turning his brand of politics into governance. They note that the new president will have the weakest parliamentary support in Argentinian history. He'll be forced to form some partnerships in order to pass the laws that he wants, that he needs. The manner of the victory, which Clarín say that even Milei wasn't expecting, gives him the legitimacy to be president, but he will officially have the weakest support in Argentinian history, which means that he doesn't have the necessary votes to pass his own laws. He also won't be safe from impeachment. Clarín say, look, there's no chance of that happening anytime soon, but they just note that to show how weak his position as president is. I'll show you another opinion piece, again from Clarín. They say the country chose fear over anger, won out over fear, with fear of the present much greater than fear of the future. Society felt a weariness and a strong desire for change, but the government has little time because it's running against impatience. I'll show you La Nación to finish on in Argentina. This is the country's second biggest newspaper. They have the headline, "A tired country has chosen something else. Argentinian society has decided to leave familiar territory in order to enter a political era full of innovations."
Now, Leo, in a courtroom in Barcelona, around about now, the name of the accused is Shakira Isabel Mubarak Ripoll, and all the Spanish press front pages refer simply as Shakira, accused of defrauding Spanish tax authorities. How's that being covered?
Yeah, I'll show you El Mundo this morning, which is one of the country's papers of records. As you say, Shakira is going to appear in a Barcelona courtroom this morning, accused of defrauding Spanish tax authorities of 14.5 million euros. The case is based on, they say, Shakira spending more than 6 months in the country each year between 2012 and 2014, which Shakira denies. That would make her liable to pay tax in the country. Of course, El Mundo have this inside this morning, and it goes through the victims. They're going to call on 117 witnesses, from chauffeur, from people that she worked with, to try and prove that she was in the country at that time. This piece notes that there will be an absolute media circus today with 200 journalists expected. Several sources suggest that an agreement is being finalised, whereas she would acknowledge the fraud, something she's not done so far. That means she would accept a minimum sentence that does not involve prison, because if she was convicted without accepting that plea deal, she could face up to 8 years in prison and a 24 million euro fine. Obviously, Gavin, if they want to know the truth, I just have to ask her hips, because we know Shakira's hips don't lie.
Leo, I see what you did there. Let's finish on momentous occasion, possibly against the odds, against India. This is Australia winning for the 6th time the Cricket World Cup. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to them, but definitely against the odds. As you say, Australia were massive underdogs going into that match. Bit too early for the Tuesday Australian morning press, so I'll show you UK Daily Telegraph, their front page of the sports this morning. Wizards of Oz, it was a 6-wicket victory. Fairly easy in the end for Australia against India on their home patch and in Ahmedabad in front of 130,000 spectators, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for who the stadium is named after. I'll show you the Sydney Morning Herald. They say Captain Pat does it again. How he keeps on winning. They say he got everything right yesterday. He won the toss. He chose to bowl at the time. Many said, would that come back to bite him? It absolutely didn't. He also was the one who got the star player, Virat Kohli, out. And while they say he'll never possess tactical smarts of some of the previous greats, he certainly is a leader of men. That's now the World Test Championship and World Cup he's lifted in the last 5 months. So definitely he's in the pantheon of greats already. I'll show you some Indian papers to finish. This is the Hindustan Times. They say champions nonetheless. The team and the country were left in absolute shock by the defeat. There were such heavy favourites to win it. This is the Hindustan Times. This is the Times of India. I'll finish on crown on Australia's head. Heartbreak for our heroes. Head is the pun there. Travis Head scored a century to win Australia the match, and you know, a glorious 6th victory for Australia. It's their 6th World Cup win, and you know, what an amazing moment for them, and we're very happy for the moment, Gavin.
Yeah, given that England have not really got a team to contest at the moment, you can't really call it any rivalry or banter. Leo, congratulations to them is what I say. Leo McGuinn and our press review desk.